More, please.
Hi, Shivangi ma'am. How are you?
Hi, Smriti ma'am. I was just about to type a hi for you.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Abhinav, sir. Yeah, so good to be with you.
So good to meet you
Absolutely,
again.
absolutely same here. Absolutely same here. And I was just wondering that how many young kids are going to join us on an afternoon where the nation is going to celebrate
Valentine's Day.
I think,
and on a Sunday.
This is a Valentine's Day gift to students from our side. It's a more meaningful way to spend the Valentine's Day.
Actually, Devesh, you don't need anybody except Abhinav sir here. Because the knowledge he has, I don't think we have it still.
Your wisdom is unparalleled. I mean, that's
No, sir.
what do I say?
Just there. We are all administrators more.
I've just started. You are the, veterans here. You've been doing it for such a long time. It's unparalleled.
So where are you based, sir?
We're based in Noida.
Noida.
I think Puniita ma'am is having some trouble joining in. So without any further ado, I think we should be starting the session and she can join in once she's able to connect. So very warm afternoon to everyone, to our fellow panelists, highly experienced panel from different cities here. Good afternoon to Abhinav sir, head at SatnPaper, SAT&Paper, India's leading SAT and AP training institute, which helps students with personalized SAT and ACT and AP preparation. We have Shivangi ma'am from Ahmedabad International School, a very highly experienced counselor from Ahmedabad. And we have Smriti ma'am from Lucknow, City Montessori School, Lucknow. So a warm welcome to all of you. I'm personally very excited about this panel discussion between you. And I'm sure the students are also keenly waiting to hear your thoughts. So and without any further ado, I'll pass it on to Abhinav sir, who's going to moderate this session. And again, the third panelist that we are expecting who will be joining us soon is Puniita ma'am from St. Kabir School in Chandigarh. So that's about the panel. And Abhinav sir, over to you now.
Okay, thank you so much, Devesh. And it's it's a matter of pride to me, to be moderating this. And just for my students' information, I should tell them that all three panelists that we have here on the show, they come from schools that actually conduct the APs. And there are just about, I think, a dozen such schools in India, not more than that, which are offering the APs. And they would know more about the APs than I think anybody else in the nation would. So Shivangi ma'am and Smriti ma'am, we've just had one session with the students about APs, and I started that by saying that APs are not the most misunderstood, but I think variously understood exams. So I told them, you talk to different people, you'll have different connotations for this test as to why one should take it, when one should take it. So we seek your wisdom to enlighten our students further on the same. So the first thing here, and my question to Shivangi ma'am to begin with, is that the US admission officers, they look at the applications in a very, very holistic way, which is very different from how it is done in any other part of the world. In this entire process, what, in your opinion, is the importance of AP exams in this entire college application process?
So thank you so much, Devesh and the Next Genius Scholarship for having me here. And it's an honor to be with Abhinav sir on this panel and Smriti as well. So yes, let me first tell you that for the college application, at least from the time that I've been doing it and from all these innumerable admission officers that have been visiting the school in person, and we must have had around 100 webinars last year, nobody has said that AP is a requirement. So they technically are not in favor, or they do not kind of encourage that no, you must have an AP, because it's a college, it's an advanced placement, it is something that will place you well in the college. It is not something on which they will judge your application on. But having said that, it's very it's, if you read between the lines, they are also not choosing exactly the children. Those who have taken the APs have always stood a little better chance, is what my presumption is, especially if you're not doing the IB. If you're doing the IB and in the application, then if you haven't done an AP, it's understood, or it's that you are in the most rigorous curriculum anyway. But if you're doing an A levels where there are just 3 subjects that they take in, or you're doing a state board where again in sciences you have 3 subjects, you're not able to show the rigor. So though they say that they don't need APs, but if you have APs, they definitely like you better. So I would say that in the college application process, if you have the chance, and another thing is that AP exams are quite expensive. So if you have the chance and the opportunities, a couple of APs, if you do take, it will add to your profile in the college application process, but it is not a requirement, just like a SAT would be a requirement, or a TOEFL or a IELTS would be a requirement. College application process does not require APs, but it is preferred by most, is what I have seen. Because when I look at my batch at the end of an application cycle, the ones who have been selected are the ones who have attempted a couple of APs, especially from the A levels and the state boards.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Smriti, ma'am, can we have something from you? I mean, what have your experiences been with students who've taken the APs vis-a-vis the ones who've not taken it? I mean, how does it work out?
Yeah, so what I would like to add to what Shivangi ma'am has already said is that when we talk about the holistic approach towards an application procedure, so what happens is, if I actually want to showcase my academic rigor, my interests and my strengths, I have a way to do it through APs, through the advanced placement examination. So my sincere advice to the students is that if you have the interests in those particular subjects and you want to showcase them as your strengths, definitely pick up the subjects, the categorically defined subjects, and go ahead and give the examination. The second most relevant point is that the transition which a high school student is going to do from the school to the college. So if I talk about college preparedness, this is one simple loop which is missing. So while we are doing a lot of coursework in schools, we tend to miss on something, that are we preparing our kids enough for the college or not? So for me, when I talk about APs, I would certainly tell the kids that while you are in a high school and you're preparing yourself for an advanced placement examination, it prepares you to take up college courses, because for a national board school, it becomes very difficult to understand, how am I going to change? What all courses am I going to study? So what happens is, while you are in high school, you can take up the future coursework. Okay, this is how my future coursework is going to look, and my interest is lying in this, and this is the strength. So a combination of all these 3 things come to me as an advanced placement examination, where I do tell students that do not so much bother about that, how many credits I want, 5 out of 5, I want these many APs. I generally tell the students that to focus on understanding the relevance. The more you understand that this is a future coursework, you're going to study something of this sort in a university when you're going to go abroad. So that is more of a subtle way to carry on with the advanced placement examination, and a showcase where your academic rigor because obviously national board students are not doing such a coursework like the international board students. So that is the right way to understand the coursework and at the same time, put forth your interests and strengths. This from my side.
So what I understand, and if I put it in very crude words, is that for an Indian curriculum student, let's say a CBSE, ISC, state board, taking a few APs would most certainly reduce the college shock for you.
Yes.
Yep, you're muted.
I agree with you, Abhinav.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, and this also reinforces my most fundamental belief. Thanks a lot for, I've really talked about the APs for about 40 minutes in the last 1 hour, but I never looked at them this way. So thanks a lot for enlightening. This is extremely insightful. Never thought about the APs in that dimension. And I do understand, I do see a lot of students. My daughter, for example, when she went to college about 3 years ago, the first semester was a nightmare for her. Though she was a brilliant student, the first semester she really struggled. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense, right? Perfect. Okay, and
just one other thing, sir, that I would like to say is here that especially A-level students and the state board students, which are in my school, I have all three boards. But even the IB students, I would say that if they are having, if they are of that category, like the 38 plus score, and if they take a couple of APs which are not common, or which I know they can cope up with, like the US history or something, then it definitely adds to their CV. So whichever curriculum they take, but more so for the Indian and for the A levels curriculum, a few APs always is beneficial.
Okay, coming back to Smriti ma'am. One of the often asked questions, and students have a lot of confusion around this, is what APs I should take? How many APs should I take? Typically, if I'm a STEM student, what should be my choice? If I'm applying for a business program, what should the choice be? And if I'm applying for a humanities program, what should the choice be?
Yeah, thank you, Abhinav, for this question. So one thing which again, like as I talked about college preparedness, that which AP exams should I take? So if I talk about college preparedness, if a child is going for a business program, if a child is going for a program which is related to STEM majors, or if there's something which a child is planning towards entrepreneurship, one thing is for sure that this child has to be ready in mathematical approach. So the first thing that, there are a lot of students who do not take the high level math, or they just study math till 10th level. So one thing which I'd like to tell all of you is, calculus is the most important part, whether you want to study physics, you want to study engineering, you want to study physical sciences, you want to study natural sciences. So calculus is the most integrated of all, the most powerful of integration in math and physics and other physical and chemical sciences, right? So what you need to do is certainly write a math calculus, and out of the AB and the BC, when I compared the courses and I was sitting with a lot of students discussing, which is more relevant, I figured out this, that, the BC has more credits and, it has more powerful chapters if I talk about the topics. So I would suggest from my side that try to write a math calculus BC. And on a very precise note, if you have completed your grade 11th from a national board, so the book which is covered till grade 11th is exactly the same course which comes in the AP Calculus BC course. So, while you are preparing for grade 11th, at the end of, if you are from the national board, you will be able to complete the same course and you'll be ready. That's the first thing. Second thing is you should write some physics. So physics 1 and physics C, which is related to the mechanics part, because again, it plays a lot of vital role in connecting to the STEM majors, again, physical, natural sciences. So it'll have a lot of integration. Plus, you should write one chemistry. There's just one chemistry. And computer sciences, again, you want to take the application part where you want to design you want to do a project kind of a thing. If you or you've already done a project, so you can go back to your school, get ready with the project. Otherwise, computer science A should be your preference. So for a STEM student, I'll suggest at least 4 to 5 APs, because it'll empower you. I would say that you should be empowered with these subjects. Second thing is, a lot of kids say that, ma'am, for economics, I want to write a macro and a microeconomics. For that matter, I would suggest you should write, again, a calculus or a math AP rather than taking a micro or a macroeconomics. Because the most important part of studying economics is that, again, it will be dependent on a lot of math. So you need to take something more credible, and the credible credits will come from the calculus part. Again, I'm emphasizing on the same part. If you're not from the math background, then you should pick up statistics. So because, again, statistics has an integration in economics as well as it has application in business. So it will showcase you to be a very powerful student, as in, like, okay, this child must not have done mathematics in grade 11th and 12th, but he has tried to take up statistics, which is very strongly integrated with economics and even for that matter, business. As far as humanities are concerned, I'll suggest which all languages, languages play a vital role of you understanding culture. Next is history. Then if you have been doing psychology, I would prefer a psychology, AP for you. And then obviously I will suggest an English AP. So these are my preferred choices of AP subjects for a STEM and a business and a humanity major.
Thank you so much. Shivangi ma'am, how do you think these choices would change for a IB curriculum student?
These choices definitely.
Let's Devesh come in, please.
Ma'am, just a warm welcome to Puniita ma'am. She has just been able to join. She was, I think, facing some technical challenges. Now she's here. So welcome, ma'am. And sorry for the interruption.
Just include her in the conversation right away. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes, so but in the IB curriculum, I would say that APs, I don't really pressurize them, because when we are talking of holistic application process, they have the mix of the humanities and the STEM. So really we don't require an AP. So if they do take an AP, then I would say just look for something like US history, or say psychology, because our school doesn't offer psychology. So if you're looking at a business program, then look at psychology, because that kind of complements. So any curriculum, I would say, you would want to take something which is complementary to that, just so that you can show a holistic your curriculum, or that your nature of that you're adaptable to a holistic review process. And another thing is, for the state boards, we have very fixed subjects. So if in there also you want to take in an AP, then say for sciences, I would say that just they're doing 3 subjects, they can take a micro and show the variety over there. Or in A levels, they can show in the business and accounts and all, they can take a statistics or a calculus or even psychology and show their variety over there. So I would say that all the subjects can be crisscrossed and used in any curriculum. IB particularly, I would want something different and not just go in, maybe calculus, yes, and a physics, but physics they do HL, then it's good enough. You don't need to repeat and show them that, yes, I like it. So I would prefer the US histories and those kind of things, or a computer science. Computer science is also
computer science.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes. Welcome, Puniita ma'am, to the panel discussion. 2 questions I have for you to catch up. First, you've been counseling students, advising them for such a long time. So what, in your opinion, is the overall importance of AP exams in the US application process? How does it help a student or doesn't help a student? And second, what specific APs you usually advise to students who come from a STEM background or want to apply for business or for humanities?
Okay.
So, you know that AP is the advanced placement test by College Board, and we have some 38 exams overall. So I am based, in Chandigarh. So we have more CBSE schools. So I'm catering to more CBSE students here. So we call AP as, like advanced preparation test or advanced planning test, so that you can show the rigor. So we use AP as a stepping stone to kind of strengthen your application process, to make sure that sometimes CBSE students are not able to show that rigor. So we kind of use AP for managing that rigor, to showcase that it is not just rote learning. We are also doing a lot of other things, and we show the rigor. And see, so we use it like in 3-4 manner. Like, it gives you an edge in college application. It gives you an advantage by letting the college know that you are that kind of a student who will be able to catch up with the very challenging curriculum. You also earn a lot of college credits. So because Indian parents, Indian counselors, so we are always looking out for how to make sure that it is affordable for a student. So I use AP for really making sure that you don't have to do 1 year of college credits, because you can earn a lot of college credits over years. Then advanced placement, basically your AP score can give you a lot of leverages. Sometimes when you have done, like, for example, if you're a STEM student, you've already done the basics of biology, your maths and other curriculum. I mean, our curriculum is also very, very, they work very hard for their JE also sometimes. So it gives them a lot of leverage. They don't have to do the basics, and they can just go and do the advanced courses in whatever field that they're going. So that gives them a lot of leverage, in the sense that you can kind of do the advanced courses, and you are able to do minors. Like, we all know that you need 120 credits. So we use that 100 credits in a very in a way that it is helpful to the students. And like, you save money and you save a lot of time. So time is money, so you use both the things like that.
Yeah.
So to answer your basically second question, which AP exam you should take if you're a STEM student, or which AP exam should you take if you're a humanities student or a business student? So, like ma'am said, that we also like to do a kind of a mix. If a child has started, his college prep from grade 9th onwards, then we try and include AP, at least 3 to 4 APs every year, so that by the time you are in grade 12, you are able to finish at least 15 to 16, depending on the student, of course. And for STEM students, I always say that, go for calculus AB, or calculus BC, or computer science principles, or statistics. These are the good subjects. Of course, first we see what is your major, but sometimes in grade 9th and 10th, we're not able to understand what major are you going to take. So considering that, we kind of mix humanities, sciences, and maths, because maths is something that you will require. But if you are somebody who has already decided that I want to do engineering, then naturally it will be calculus or sciences like chemistry, or algebra based physics, or electricity and magnetism, that kind of a course. Or if you're somebody who wants to pursue business, then literature, the English part of it, and statistics, and macro and microeconomics. So each student will be kind of counseled according to which grade he is in, and what major is he going to pursue. So that, we use AP in a very practical way. We want that the parent and the child should ensure that you not only save money, and also, of course, you feel a little bit more college ready, because there's always a fear that you are an Indian student and you're going abroad. So that, I think, somewhere that psychological effect of that, okay, I've done very well in AP, also gives them a moral boost kind of a thing.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Very, very insightful. So whereas we were talking that these are expensive exams, I think you have a very valid point when we say that if you do an adequate number of APs, it can offset part of your college fee.
Yes.
Very, very valid. And second, I mean, obviously, it's a very, very customized thing. So coming back to Shivangi ma'am, as we understand as of now that APs are going to play a critical role in selection process. That's what we all in general agree upon. At the same time, when you look at these 11th and 12th graders, I've always seen, they've got 1,000 things to do, right? So, I mean, the school keeps them so busy. Then they have to look at their co-curriculars, their extracurriculars, they're doing internships, they're doing social service, they have the SATs, ACTs, so much to be taken care of. In your opinion, ma'am, what is, and you would have seen so many of your students taking these exams very successfully, what is the mantra for success, as in when to start and what kind of preparation time they should budget for each of the AP that they are taking?
Yeah, actually, I would say that you should start early. So if you are focused, see, we do orientation sessions from grade 8. Actually, in grade 8, I give them a parents an overview of what they are going to expect and keep them kind of aware of opportunities and the application processes of USA, UK, and other countries. So they have an idea that, okay, these are the exams that they need to take if they want to, be on top of the pile actually in the application. It's not that your application will not be accepted or reviewed, or there have been amazing examples of students who have never taken any APs and just been with the school curriculum. But in the school curriculum also, you have to be on top of the pile. So whatever you do, you have to, if you want to be on top of the pile, that is what is going to work. So better to start early. So from ninth standard, then I insist, at least parents somehow still don't understand the relevance, but to take 2 or 3 APs, say human geography or statistics, or maybe computer science, so by ninth end. So by the time they finish their ninth and into their 10th May, we ask them to at least take 2 or 3. So never mind if it's an extra burden, but those who are at least tentatively looking at USA should, or UK, because UK also looks into APs. If you're looking at that, then you tentatively at least take it then, and another 2 or 3 at grade 10. So once they do about 6 APs before they begin their 11th grade, they are kind of ready, even if they don't do anything in 11th, which I personally don't want them to, because then it just gets too much of a pressure unless they're in A levels or in the state boards. Uh, if they're doing IB, it is impossible for them to do anything once they enter IB. So if it's IB, finish your at least 5 to 6 or maybe 7 if you can take it, because in 10th standard in IGCSE or in state board, they get free in the month of March. So they have enough time. And even if you're not doing it with your regular curriculum and you decided to do it after in November, December, you still have a solid 6 months to work on those 2 subjects. So I would say that starting early, starting from grade 9 with a couple of subjects, maybe stretch yourself, do 3. If you don't get good grades, we don't need to send them, so I would say just take about 3 to 4 APs in 9th and 3 to 4 maybe in 10th, and yeah, get a good score. If you can, start in the month of November onwards, if you can't start earlier than that, and you'll be fine.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Puniita, ma'am, what would you have to say about this? When to start? You're muted, ma'am. You to unmute. You have to unmute, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. So, like ma'am said, it really depends that who is the student and what stage are you in. Are you somebody who's in grade 9, 10th, 11th, or 12th? For example, there are kids who have just applied, like they have just sent us the application that we want to do AP now. And so we are looking at only 2 to 3 months when they have to give their boards and they have to kind of, do everything else also. So generally, I've seen that even if when you have very, very little time, and so pick up subjects like maths or something that you've already been doing and try to see the practicality of it. Because AP tests your knowledge and it tests, like there are uh, questions which are like multiple option questions. So it's not very difficult, but the thumb rule is at least 6 to 8 hours every week, and at least 2 months with you. So, but I have also seen students like they, you know, how Indian students are. When the date sheet comes, then they are like, okay, let's study. So I've also seen those students and they do very well if they know what exactly are you doing. Like what ma'am said, that's a very valid point that if you're in grade 9th, then I would say pick up easy AP classes, like, you know, computer science, principles. It's not very difficult. Human geography, not very difficult. So build up your AP credits from 9th onwards. But if you're in grade 11th and 12th and you don't have so much time, advanced planning is something which will really, really work out for you. And, you know, start a little bit early, at least 5, 6 months in advance. Plan your subjects nicely and give a lot of tests, because sometimes I've seen it is not that they don't know, the knowledge is there, they don't know how to strategize, they don't know how to test themselves. So even if you are late and you feel, oh my god, you're not ready, so do a lot of, you know, previous questions and do a lot of questions. You will get 3, you might not get a 5, but you will definitely get you know, a 3 band, which is acceptable by most of the universities. And but if you're looking to strengthen your application, then it is always 5 that we
Right.
recommend.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Smriti, ma'am, coming to you. How many hours per AP is what a student would need, in your opinion, to get a 5?
Yeah, so Abhinav, I think I'll also agree with what Puniita just said. You know, like if you take 2 hours in a day out of your routine, 1.5 hour to 2 hours, and a preparation of 4 to 5 months, I've generally seen kids doing great on that note. One thing which I would like to add is because I have been observing the Indian curriculum very closely, that too of the STEM and the humanities subjects. So, out of the observation, I would like to share this that, you know, what happens is, although grade 11th is not advisable, but if I look into the ICSE curriculum, and mostly the CBSE curriculum as well. So the coursework of AP, as in physics, chemistry, and math, calculus, generally goes at the same pace till the month of March, and it ends there. So what happens is the student is already preparing for his classes because he's already studying grade 11. So the higher level APs, like Puniita and Shivangi ma'am just said, that, you know, you can take the easier APs early and you can plan certain very specific and a little difficult APs at the time, you know. So towards the end of grade 11th, there are three subjects, like, you know, if I talk about psychology, economics, and physics, and again chemistry and mathematics, calculus and all. So they kind of get complete by the month of March and April and May, because the AP is planned. So student gets very swiftly, the transition becomes very easy for a child. So around like from the month of February to May, a child covers mostly, and it becomes easier to score. And it, because of obviously the child has already appeared for the annual examination, final examination as well. So the process becomes very swift. So for the, you know, the difficult coursework, you can obviously plan it in grade 11th. At the end of it, I named the subjects, and as both Puniita ma'am and Shivangi said, that, you know, you can always take up the easier, start from a little early. That makes the journey easier. Yeah.
Very insightful. So I think we all concur on the fact that it makes sense to start early. Start maybe in grade 9 and plan your AP journey very well, which is going, you know, to reduce the overall obstacles or the difficulty that you face in surmounting these tests. One quick rapid fire question to each one of you, and I would not, and I know the positions you hold, so I would not ask for an explanation to this one. This is more for my personal curiosity than anything else. And the College Board this year is offering the APs in both variants, you know, take at school and take at home. So in a single word, which is the one that you recommend, starting with Shivangi ma'am? Take at school, take at home.
Take at school.
Take at school. Smriti ma'am.
I agree, take it school.
Take it school. And Puniita ma'am.
Me too. Take it
Take
in
at school. Absolutely. That is the tried and tested way of doing it. The moment we say take at home, you know, then kind of a tech plunges in. And, you know, this tech, in my opinion, has multiple, you know, conduits. So it could be a problem at the college board's tech engine. It could be a problem with your own internet connection, your laptop camera. It could be anything that goes wrong. So take it school. Okay, coming down to my last question for day, and I would start with Smriti ma'am. Are the APs absolutely essential to get into the Ivy Leagues? Or is it possible to make it to the Ivy Leagues without taking any of the APs?
Okay. So I'll just quote, kind of an example. Insurance is something which we don't understand much. Why do we take an insurance, and is it going to help us or not? And why should I take an insurance? Like, I should not take an insurance. I don't need an insurance. So I would say for me, AP is #insurance. You want to take it, go ahead, do it. If you don't want to take it, leave it. So
lovely.
So that is that's the synonym which I tell the children. I said it's entirely up to you. It is not at all decisive on APs. It is not at all one of the parameters where a child should think that if I am unable to give a AP, I'll be let down. This is not the way, because I have examples where kids went to Cornell and they did not appear for an AP examination, not even a single AP. But then exceptions, because we call it them, that they're examples and they're exceptions. But as far as I use the word insurance, it's entirely up to you. You want to take an insurance or you don't want to take an insurance.
Puniita ma'am, what would you think about that?
Very well said. Yeah, that's true for all. I guess that AP is the most. I don't know. It creates hell for us, at least, because parents are all running helter-skelters, trying to say, okay, they think that they will get into the Ivy Leagues, and if they don't, then there is some issue there. So they're always, like she very well put it, Smriti, that it's an insurance. Yeah, fully agree.
Okay, so thanks a lot for being a part of this insightful, very, very enlightening conversation. I personally have learned things which I think I never knew. So it threw across some 2 or 3 different dimensions, which were complete eye openers. Let me see if we have any questions from the students that okay, this is a good question. Let me ask Shivangi ma'am, how many times can a single AP be taken?
Every year. It happens only every year, so you can take it. Yeah.
No, one student can take the same AP how many times?
Oh, wow. I think you can take it about, I'm not too sure, honestly. Abhinav sir would know that, because
I know there's no limit. You can take it as many
no
times as
limit.
you think.
Yeah.
Because it has happened that I've seen the same children, but I've not seen whether they have taken the same subjects. So yeah, that's something that I need to know. Yeah.
Okay, this question a student has for Shivangi ma'am. If somebody wants to pursue computer science or aerospace, what APs should they choose?
If they already have computer science in their curriculum, I would say choose something else. And aerospace, of course, you should do physics. Take the physics if required. I mean, if it's not so much, and just to show that you're more interested in it, you can have all the physics that you can take, and chemistry. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay,
and maths. Yeah, calculus is very important, because somehow they don't see our maths as maths. They like to see it as calculus.
This question for Smriti ma'am, what would you suggest, AP English Literature or AP English Language?
Again, Abhinav, it's very specific to the course. So if I'm doing something in history, psychology, or I'm majoring in something where, my finer skills of writing and communication are concerned, I would prefer a literature. And, I'll advise for literature AP. And whereas if it is not that of a descriptive kind of a work, where I'm more getting into business kind of a major, where I'll be more concisely presenting things as in presentations, I would prefer a language AP. I'll tell the child to take up a language AP.
Okay. One more. Just one moment. This is for Puniita ma'am. How much college credit should a STEM student have?
So I would say you can actually have the entire year off as well, but safely like 16 to 20 credits you can always earn. So you should, if you have, because that is going to give you a lot of leverage. If you've already done non-medical in India, then there are a lot of redundant courses that you will have to repeat when you go to college. So why waste credit? So do your APs beforehand and go and start doing meaningful things, because I've seen when the child is supposed to kind of repeat everything, they also get bored. So it is best that get away with all the redundant courses, all the basic courses, and start doing your major courses right from go. And then you can kind of do a lot of majors and a lot of other minors that you are interested in. So I would say 16 to 20 credits.
Excellent. And that would mean how many APs to be taken? How many APs would give me 16 to 20 credits?
So, usually one good AP, so it really depends on the college or the university that you're going to, but usually they will give you 3 credits for one AP. Sorry, 3. If you have 3 bands, then they will give you 4 to 5 credits. It depends on, every university will have their own this thing. So we will have to check with the admission this thing. But if you take 3 to 4 APs on the level of, let's say, 3 to 4 bands, they should give you around 8 to 10 credits.
Credits for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Shivangi ma'am, can we take up APs after O levels?
Yes, you can.
Yes, we can. Okay. This one for Smriti ma'am. Is it a good idea to take up AP biology after class 11 if I'm a science student hoping to do medical?
Certainly, certainly. I mean, one thing which I would like to add is very clearly that all the students who are wanting to do medicines, it is not important for you to write a biology AP. Let me be very clear about it, because there was a student who was very confused, and then we read a lot about it. You need 2 lab sciences. So these 2 lab sciences could be a chemistry, could be a physics. And if you're very comfortable with biology, you can go ahead. But if you're not studying and you're not comfortable with biology, you just need 2 lab sciences. So do 2 lab sciences. It can be physics, it can be chemistry. And if you're comfortable with biology, go ahead. Otherwise, I will not pressurize you to write a biology AP.
So for a
That's
medical,
not the criteria.
Physics and chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, 2 lab sciences. We need 2 strong lab sciences. And obviously, again, because physics is more empowering, so I would suggest a physics and a chemistry rather than, just going for a biology, proving yourself to be a medicine student, that, I want to do a medicine major. So that will not prove any point, because even if you're writing a biology major, like biology AP.
Okay, question to all 3. Is there a way of obtaining financial support for the cost of exams?
No, I don't think so. They give any financial support. But if you're somebody who can prove that you're below the poverty line, then all the AP coordinators can write to College Board, and we can kind of waive off the entire fee structure.
So at the recommendation of the AP coordinator, the College Board can waive off the fee, but then there has to be.
Yes, if they ask for a proof, then you have to produce that proof as well.
Yeah.
That why did you give that? But usually I've seen that, I've never done it, but though, we are making it like more popular. So we are planning to go to government schools as well this year. So let's see if we find students who are really, really good, because we are trying to, take AP exams to, the underprivileged kids as well. I'm sure we'll be using it, but I have not used it personally till date.
All right, thanks a lot. That was a wonderful session. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure our students would have benefited a lot. And for the students, there is more in store. So probably we recollect in the next 15 minutes. And this time, we're going to take you face to face with students who've taken the APs, been there, done it all. So you hear from them what it takes, what approaches, how long to prepare, what mistakes they made, and how they would advise you to, plan your AP preparation. Thanks a lot. We see you all in the next 15 minutes.
Thank you so much, Abhinav.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, Shivangi.
Bye, Devesh. Bye, Shivangi. Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Shivangi.
Bye, Smriti. Bye.